proudly present Oakland Athletics Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet, part of the NBC Sports Group.
A group of veterans behind a player's manager have it going on the south side of Chicago. So far in 2012, the White Sox are making some noise in the American League as they hang tight with the favorite Tigers in the Central. Last night, the Athletics were rattled by Jake Peavy, whose resurgence is placing him #1 in the rotation and is turning heads around baseball. Tonight, the green and gold need to get on base, create havoc, and manufacture runs with their speed if they want to hang with the big bats of the White Sox. It's Game 2, A's White Sox, next. Tuesday Night Baseball from the O.co Coliseum. The A's trying to slow down the red-hot Chicago White Sox. They are hot, and so is that man. Paul Konerko hit a home run last night. So Yoenis Cespedes and the Athletics trying to get a win and even up the series at a game apiece. A's White Sox, Game 2 of the series, coming up on Comcast Sportsnet California. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball, along with Ray Fosse. I'm Glenn Kuiper. I think we knew right away, going back to spring training, even in the offseason, Ray, if the A's were going to score runs, they were probably going to have to steal some bases. You also have to get a clutch hit. Now, the A's are doing the first thing. They're stealing bases, but they just can't get that clutch hit.
You know, and I think what they're doing, the running game has been outstanding, trying to manufacture runs. And ironically, they're playing the Chicago White Sox, at one time known as the Go-Go Sox. Well, the A's have to go-go themselves to get in a scoring position. They do have the speed. Actually, throughout the lineup, there's not really a lot of guys that cannot steal bases if they get on base and take the opportunity. Cespedes has been great, even the double steal with guys at first and second. But the guys have to run. They're doing their part. It's just now they need to come through with the hits. And even in the case of Sogard on Sunday, scoring on an infield hit from second base, at least they're running, and that part is great.
And I think they'll steal more bases. Coco Crisp last year, best base stealer in the American League. He's off to a little bit of a slow start. Pitching matchup tonight, Malone and Floyd, and boy, we like what we've seen from Tommy Malone so far.
Tommy Malone has been outstanding. A great changeup. He has Anthony Recker behind the plate tonight. Of course, Gavin Floyd, the veteran right-hander, he's just trying to follow what Jake Peavy did last night. But there's no doubt that Tommy Malone has a chance to be an outstanding pitcher at the major league level, especially with the changeup. He's not afraid to throw the changeup 3 or 4 or 5 times in a row. Sneaky fastball, good breaking ball. But once again, it's all about run support. Tommy Malone and the rest of the pitchers can get the run support. They're going to put up big numbers.
So the White Sox are hot. They've won 4 in a row, and they're showing that they will be a contender in that AL Central. A's trying to slow them down. We'll have lineups at first pitch from the Coliseum when we come back. The Oakland A's and the Chicago White Sox on Comcast Sportsnet, California.
Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Toyota. Check out the great deals at your local Toyota dealer today.
Welcome back to the Coliseum. A's and White Sox. A's just about set to take the field behind their starting pitcher, Tommy Milone. What's great about baseball is there's a game every day, so you can bounce back after what was a kind of a lethargic game last night.
Did they play last night?
Yes, they did.
Really?
It was a quiet night offensively, unfortunately. So A's will try to change that tonight. Tommy Milone taking on Gavin Floyd, the big right-hander.
Pat, that is a great point because every day is a new day.
Yeah.
And you do great. You go 4 for 4, hit a couple of home runs. What did you do the next day? What did you do the next at bat? And it's what the A's have to look at. Tonight's a new night. The first game, the first night of the rest of a very good season. And good time to start tonight.
Game time weather brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. 60 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. So, pretty good weather tonight. A little breeze. Tomorrow, well, we'll keep our fingers crossed as there is some rain expected in the area, but hopefully these two teams will be able to get the final game of this series in. It is a day game. White Sox lineup for tonight. Couple of changes. Diaz at the top. Lillibridge will play first base. He'll bat second. Rios hits third. Konerko's the DH. No Adam Dunn tonight. Ramirez, the shortstop, hits fifth. Ciedo in left field. Tyler Flowers will do catching tonight. Brent Morel is at third. Gordon Beckham is at second. That's your Chicago White Sox starting lineup.
And Tommy Milone, fourth start for the A's left-hander, and he is trying to improve his record with the third win after he beat Kansas City and the Angels. The Angels, he had great bullpen help, as we noted down in Anaheim. But Tommy Milone, the excellent changeup could be very, very good against this White Sox club because they're aggressive. And sometimes they can be a little bit impatient. But if they are and they swing at his motion and he pulls the string with a changeup, it'll be a good night for the A's left-hander.
The A's line up like this defensively. Gomes in left, Cespedes in center, Reddick in right. Hughes at third, Sogard at short. So Pennington gets his first night off. Weeks at second, Barton at first with Anthony Recker behind the plate. So Anthony Recker gets a start. Alejandro Diaz steps in. Tommy Milone is ready to go. White Sox win last night 4-0. First pitch is a strike. White Sox are 10-6.
First pitch.
They've won 4 in a row, and they're 7-2 on the road. The A's are 8-10, and they are 4-7 at home.
Well, you just mentioned what the White Sox are doing on the road. We saw the Indians playing well on the road, and that could bode well for a couple of teams chasing the Detroit Tigers in the Central Division. Robin Ventura's first season managing, while Konerko, the veteran, maybe explaining the ground rules too. Ventura's been around a while. He was a great player and now the first-year manager.
Umpires Dan Bellino is behind the plate tonight. The crew chief Jerry Lane. Bob Davidson is at second. 2-2 now to Diaz, 283 with 3 home runs. Just missed again, not missing by a lot. So full count. Lillibridge in the on-deck circle, and then Alex Rios. So Adam Dunn hits a home run last night, but he gets the night off tonight.
Mostly right hitters put in the lineup by Robin Ventura tonight against the lefty Tommy Milone.
This one hit towards center. Cespedes goes back. Still backpedaling a little bit. He's under it. And that is out number 1.
The thing about Milone, the lefty facing the first Diaz, the left-handed hitter, then you see a series of right-handers. Robin Ventura gives him a chance to give some of his veterans a night off with the day game tomorrow in the series finale. But I think anytime you can put right-handers against a left-handed Tommy Milone, it helps the pitcher because of his changeup. Can work very effectively against the right-handed hitters, especially if they try to pull the changeup was floating away. They go to the opposite field. It could be a good night for the hitters.
Lillibridge goes after the first pitch he sees and fouls it straight back.
this guy did nothing but play defense, he would have a highlight reel for the rest of his life. He can make some plays and has in his career with the White Sox.
Well, he's playing all over as well tonight at first base.
That fastball inside to the right-hander, a good pitch because it sets up the changeup away from the righty as well.
On the ground, Sogard has it. Throws low. Barton digs it out. So Eric Sogard, in his first start at shortstop, gets early action.
Well, he can handle the different infield positions and played very well at third, shortstop, a little bit extra, but he's got a good picker at first base. And Derek Barton with a nice scoop and backhand on the short hop. And the first thing the first baseman says to an infielder, get the ball up. As soon as he gets the dugout, I don't mind scooping him, but get the ball up. Like him about chest high.
First pitch to Alex Rios is a fastball at the knees for a strike. Rios, a hot hitter right now, hitting .360. 9 hits in his last 21 at-bats. Last night, he was hitting in the 6th spot. Tonight, he's in the 3rd spot with Dunn out of the lineup.
Here's the big man. Of course, he is a threat coming off the bench late if necessary, not starting the game.
Close pitch inside. Yeah, not a bad bat to have.
Cap, you brought up a good point about the great thing about baseball. The next day is a new day. How about for Adam Dunn, a new year? Just this misses inside, barely off the plate.
Slowly hit. Hughes juggles, picks it up, can't make a play, and that's going to be an error.
Well, if you're on the left side of the infield and a left-handed pitcher pitching, you better stay ready, because you're going to get a lot of right-handers rolling over on pitches. Littlebridge did the ball to shortstop. A very easy play on the changeup, got Rios to roll over, and should have been the 3rd out of the inning and back in the dugout. All just off the side of the glove of Hughes.
Number 14, Paul.
But one of those plays that the routine type play that you expect to have made behind you.
And that gives Konerko an at-bat here in the 1st inning. And that's dangerous. Konerko .349. So the A's now with 12 errors on the year. And they made a couple last night, and they could have made more. And I say that because some balls were should have been errors probably, and were awarded hits. Either way, you guys are going to have to play better defense.
Well, the one thing about this field, and talking to a couple of the coaches of the White Sox yesterday, seeing this field for a while, Jeff Manto, the hitting coach, and Juan Nieves, bullpen coach, and they said, wow, is this a beautiful looking field? I said, it's one of the best playing fields you ever see. You just talk to the infield. So not many bad hops on Clay Wood's infield. Matter of fact, there aren't any.
Swing and a miss as Malone took something on. Here's our Farmers Insurance report card. Paul Konerko has a 9-game hitting streak against the A's. .359 in those 9 games. Not surprised. Seems like he always gets big hits against the Athletics.
By the way he hit last night, a right center field home run. It's quite a shot.
Bob Melvin, I heard him talking on the radio after the game. In his press conference, he sounded a little surprised that that one went out. It was almost a line drive, and it just kept carrying to right center. One-two pitch to Paul Konerko.
It's a similar pitch he hit last night, as you'll see from Bartolo Colon. Fastball trying to come back door with a two-seamer and the Xfinity sign in right center, and think what Bob Melvin expected, number one, for that ball not to carry that well, and also maybe to slice into the higher wall.
Swing and a miss. Good changeup from Malone. He gets his first strikeout. A runner stranded. Bottom of the first. Coming up, it'll be Weeks, Sogard, and Reddick, the first three hitters for the A's. Here we go. They are on down. Bottom of the first inning, and let's check out the Athletics lineup for tonight. Weeks, Sogard, Reddick, Cespedes, Smith, Gomes, Barton, Hughes, Recker. So Pennington, a regular, getting his first night off, and Kurt Suzuki getting the night off.
Gavin Floyd, right-hander. One start last year against the A's. He lost right here at the Coliseum. That was against the A's. And Tyson Ross, career-high 8 strikeouts. Gavin Floyd, good fastball, cut fastball, slider, curveball, changeup, and has a tendency to pitch up in the zone a little bit, especially out of the windup. See if that occurs tonight.
First pitch to Weeks, bunted foul. Well, he's a guy that if he's on, he can be really tough.
Yep.
Flirted with no hitters in the past. So Weeks leading things off. Pitch is outside, 1-1. Floyd is 29 years old, 6'6", 235 pounder.
You're probably referencing August the 1st of 2010 when he tried the first 15 batters.
That's one of them.
That was perfect for 15. And against the A's last year, he was up in the zone a little bit too much. The A's very patient in that particular game, and maybe tonight can do the same, get on base and try to do something against this tall right-hander.
Swing by Weeks, fouls it straight back, 2-2 the count. Weeks was 1 for 4 last night. He had a single, also struck out in the game. Skies this one to right field. Rios doesn't have to move a whole lot. He's got it. The defense for the White Sox tonight. Preciado in left field, Diaz in center, Rios in right, Morel at third, Ramirez at short, Beckham at second, Lillibridge at first, and Tyler Flowers is the catcher. So Bob Melvin's thinking, how can I get this offense going?
Somebody said to Ricky Henderson, grab a bat. Once again, reminded Ricky that even though you're in the Hall of Fame, you can make a comeback.
Sure.
He said, really?
Sure you can.
Yes.
Jim Palmer did it, right?
We tried. Ricky said, give me a bat. I can play. He probably could. Right now, holding court. But Ricky trying to help the base stealers, the base runners, and if they get on base, to maybe pick up something from this starting pitcher. Didn't work much last night with Jake Peavy because he didn't have many base runners.
He's had just 3 hits, 1 double, 2 singles. I don't believe that 1 inning they had multiple base runners. They had first and second. That was it. So Peavy was very good. He's shut out for the 4th time this season last time. 205 is the team batting average. Lowest in the American League, 2nd lowest in the majors.
And you know, there's not a person that's a coach or manager can do anything about that. You put them in the lineup and you hope they hit.
Two and 2 to Sogard, hitting .167 with a homer and 3 RBIs. Lays off that high fastball.
Coco Crisp playing last night, not in the lineup tonight. No doubt the amount of time that not on the disabled list, but feeling a little bit of the flu bug, took a lot out of it.
On the ground to shortstop Ramirez, who gobbles it up and throws out Sogard.
Sogard hit in the 2nd spot of the batting order, can do some of the same things that Coco Crisp can do, and that's especially if Jamal Weeks gets on base. He can give him a chance to steal, not afraid to get the couple of strikes, and can get the runner in scoring position. He can use the whole field to try to drive him in.
So with 2 outs, Josh Reddick will step in. Reddick was 0 for 4 last night. He didn't do a double play. It looks like Bob Melvin is comfortable with Josh Reddick hitting in the 3rd spot. He's been there for really most of the year. Pop-up foul, and Reddick behind in the count 1-2.
Yeah, I think what Bob Melvin is trying to do is put guys in a position in the lineup and try to let them get established there. Reddick being the 1 in the 3rd spot, Cespedes cleanup spot, and just trying to figure out the rest of the lineup.
Floyd gets in on the hands of Reddick. Little pop-up shallow center. Diaza comes racing in. He's got it side retired. A's go quietly in the 1st. We go to the 2nd. No score. Sportsnet California is brought to you by Golden Gate Fields. Catch the $150,000 San Francisco Mile at Golden Gate Fields this Saturday. No score, top of the second inning. As Alexi Ramirez steps in. Ramirez, Viciedo, and Flowers against Tommy Milone. Milone had a strikeout, stranded a runner in the first inning. Ramirez hitting in the fifth spot. He drives one left center. That's hit well. Gomes is going back. He's at the wall, and he makes the catch.
Ball did not sound that great off the bat of Ramirez, and I think he thought he hit it a little bit better, and maybe acoustics up here made it sound like it was not going to go anywhere. Johnny Gomes tracked it perfectly. Fastball location inside, like with that swing a little bit towards the end of the bat. That time it sounded a little bit better than the result. I think Ramirez was going to be planning to trot around the bases. That's halfway in the warning track. Not even close. But it warranted a smile from Ramirez.
Here's Don Viciedo. Couple of home runs for Viciedo. He hits one to left. Gomes again going back. Still going back. And middle of the warning track. He makes the catch. Two quick outs here for Tommy Milone.
Get a hitter out on the front foot, as Viciedo was. That ball is not going to travel that far.
In the seventh position,
And that's what a good changeup will do. Keep hitters off balance, especially power hitters.
Flowers.
So with two outs, Tyler Flowers steps in.
Big boy.
1 for 9 to start the season. Yes, he is.
Big boy. Good catcher, strong arm. He is big.
6'4", 245 pounds is what the media guy said.
He's big.
26 years old.
Good throwing catcher. He hits right-handed. Prziski, left-handed hitter.
Originally with the Atlanta Braves, came over in the trade in 2008. It was part of the Javier Vasquez trade. Vasquez went from the White Sox to the Atlanta Braves. Lillibridge was in that trade as well. Changeup, swing and a miss.
Well, as a pitcher and catcher, especially a pitcher who watches the swing of a hitter, watch that kind of a swing on a good changeup.
So you throw a fastball inside, it makes you believe that the next pitch may be a changeup outside.
Well, let's just hope the 88-mile-an-hour fastball inside is a purpose pitch, waste pitch, and to throw that changeup, which he did. Exactly. Not to come back with a fastball and miss location.
So 3 up, 3 down inning for Milone, and we're headed to the bottom of the second.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Pepsi Max Sports Highlight.
baseball fans anywhere is Bart $2 Wednesdays tomorrow and every Wednesday this season. You can get a Plaza Outfield or Plaza Reserve ticket for just $2. Get tickets for Bart $2 Wednesdays at the Coliseum box office by phone at 877-493-BALL or to order online. Visit OaklandAthletics.com/Bart. Bart, and you're there. Bart, that's a good system.
Yeah, Bart's pretty good.
Right?
Bay Area Rapid Transit.
That's right. Some people think Bart's a good cousin that you taking Bart. Where are you taking Bart?
Bottom of the second inning. Cespedes to lead it off, followed by Smith and Gomes. And the first pitch from Gavin Floyd, a fastball first strike. .254 before home runs for Cespedes. He's got 15 RBI. In the American League, Nick Swisher leads with 21 RBIs. Josh Hamilton has 18, and then Cespedes and Brzezinski tied for third with 15. Swisher had the 6 RBI game over the weekend. That certainly helps this time of year.
Especially if you're a free agent.
He is a free agent.
Yes, he is. This is his option year. He'd be a good one to sign long term. Yankees, he's play different positions.
We have to save some money for Robinson Cano, though, who will be a free agent after next year, don't you know? And there you may be talking about somewhere between 20 and 25 million a year.
Ian Kinsler, yeah, 75 for 5.
Guns it, and he pulled the first baseman Willibridge off the bag. So the speed by Cespedes may have had something to do with that.
Well, the scouting report, no doubt on the Athletics. Get a ground ball in the infield. You better not hesitate because these guys are running hard. And in the case of Cespedes, he not only runs hard, but he runs fast. And he's out of the box quickly. And there's the throw, and Morel just could not throw it accurately. So Cespedes and the sprinter speed. Just think when he stops looking back to see what the infielder's doing. If he just runs head down to the bag, that's a forced error.
Well, if you watch Morel on that, you could tell he really gunned it to first.
And a little bit trying to keep his foot on the bag. Stretch could not make the tag with Cespedes going past him.
Cespedes is 4 for 4 in steal attempts this year.
We talked about an open about the stolen bases, but if you think about it, if a team is struggling, stolen bases are great, but if you're struggling offensively and you do those little things that Cespedes just did, you run hard, you hustle. It's not a hit, unfortunately. It's an 0 for 1, but you're first base, and anything can happen, as the A's found out a couple of weeks ago against Kansas City. But from a fan standpoint, the worst thing for a fan is to watch a player who might be struggling dog at first base.
Yeah.
You know, at least run hard. All right, we'll give him a chance. Give him because he's got a chance to come back.
His beer.
Did he get the ball?
Well, the ball had been retrieved and all the action had settled down, and then I think he kicked over his beer.
Out of frustration or just bad
accident. I think the ball boy may have done a little damage. There's a beer there. Oh man, 2 of them.
Come on, man.
Oh, come on. That hurts. That hurts.
Just get another one. Got to clean the shoes, and just think, if you wear those shoes anymore, just think of how they're going to smell. Might be a good smell of beer.
Yeah. That's what my shoes smelled like 4 years in college.
Sometimes the truth comes out.
I can't help it. Cespedes a good lead at first. He's not going, and the pitch is inside. 2-2.
Floyd's taking a long time with him at first base too. Maybe just trying to freeze him at first base. Makes it a little tough on the hitter. In this case, Seth Smith. Try to get any kind of timing down.
Gomes in the on-deck circle. Long look by Floyd. And the pitch is inside again. You never know how much a base runner affects the pitcher, but sometimes they do.
And that was a pretty good pitch to run on. A curveball that happened to be in the dirt. But, you know, Cespedes is trying to learn some English. He wanted to learn how are you, find out the Coco. I want him to learn see you later. So you can tell the first baseman when he takes off.
Tell him over his shoulder.
Yeah. See you later.
See you later.
This might be a see you later.
And there he goes, and the ball's hit foul, and he got a good jump.
Well, our guest on the postgame Sunday after this shot off Justin Masterson. Seth Smith hit it so hard it would not hook foul. Dallas Braden, Chucky Gomes, fine. Good swing by Smith, and he was in left field that day with the pant legs pulled up high. Tonight is the DH. Down to the Yankees.
Runner goes again, swing and a miss. The throw to second base. Did they get the tag on him? Yes, they did. Ramirez had to come quite a ways over to the second base side of second base to catch the throw. And then he was able to just get the tag on Cespedes. So that's a strike him out, throw him out, double play.
Well, the very quick release by Flowers behind the plate. And the throw was there, but sometimes, as the case here, Ramirez going over just really to try to save the ball from going into center field. But as it turned out, he got Ramirez on the backside and let the second base umpire know right there is where he got it before the hand got in. Wow.
Good play by the shortstop.
Yeah. And from Flowers' standpoint, behind the plate, you're taught as a catcher, get rid of as quickly as you can. Try to get the ball to second as quickly as possible, and that was the case.
Didn't get him a lot, but he got him enough. Watch the heel, left heel. Bob Davidson looking right at it.
Balk.
Can you call a balk on a caught steal at second base?
Pretty impressive. Brzezinski and Flowers, and Seth Smith had awkward swing, self-defense, just trying to make contact on a fastball. It looked like it got in on him, and Flowers was impressive with his release.
3 home runs, 6 RBIs for Johnny Gomes, starting in left field tonight. Strike called. Slider on the outside corner. Gomes has 7 hits.
Looks like a quick pitch from Floyd. Took a lot of time with Cespedes at first, but with Gomes in there, he's going a little quicker.
Jam shot right near home plate. Flowers has it. Side retired. So the A's got a leadoff runner aboard, but no score after 2. Subway Eat Fresh Ask Glenn and Ray question. Melissa from Oakley asks, even though Jamal Weeks played most of the season last year, is this year considered his rookie year? That's a good question.
No.
There are specific rules and regulations which makes you a rookie or not a rookie. And we'll explain it to you in a minute, but as a good question. A player shall be considered a rookie unless during a previous season or seasons he has A, exceeded 130 at-bats or 50 innings pitched in the major leagues, or B, accumulated more than 45 days on the active roster of a major league club during the period of 25-player limit, which eliminates September, basically. So really it has to do with either time of service, 45 days, or at-bats as a hitter, or innings pitched as a pitcher. So you could, cute, not going to be an easy play. Malone does get it and flips it. So you could get 131 at-bats, one over, and you wouldn't be a rookie.
Right. In the case of Jamal, he lost out in a number of ways. The time of service, which he came up in early June, and then number of at-bats. So it's basically a sophomore season for him, second year, first full year.
So you could certainly see somebody for all of September, but they would still be a rookie.
Yeah, because it's really unlikely that a pitcher is going to pitch 50 innings coming up in September, or a hitter is going to get 130 plus at bats. Yeah, the critical one also, and I don't know the exact timing, but there are times that a club will not bring a player up, or a player might come up, say in the case of Weeks last year, Suzuki, remember he came up his first year kind of mid-season. So essentially it takes 3 full seasons plus that part before they're eligible for arbitration. And you hear sometimes a club or people assume a club will not bring a player up because they don't want to give him service time that makes him eligible for arbitration. Then they have the Super Twos. There's a lot of different rules, but time is critical as far as the amount of time.
Sure. Strike 3 called. Beckham stood there and had a quick chat with Dan Bellino. It's the 3rd strikeout for Malone.
But he didn't go to changeups. 86 mile an hour fastball painted the outside corner, and Anthony Recker got a hold in the ball, and Bellino made the call that Beckham didn't like. So 9 batters, 3 strikeouts. And he would be perfect with the exception of the error in the first inning. It's like Floyd. And this is Tommy Cam, and well, that's paint on the 17-inch corner of the home plate.
Well, I'd still rather have an umpire who is a little bit more of a pitcher's umpire than a hitter's umpire. I just think it makes for a better game.
Sure does. Force him to swing the bat. I mean, it's great. It's great to take pitches if they're not strikes, but those close pitches, let them swing.
Sogard out, Gomes in. It's going to be Gomes makes the catch. So 7 in a row retired by Tommy Malone. He looks sharp tonight. Bottom of the 3rd coming up. No score. Time now for our trivia question, brought to you by AT&T. Name the 4 players to hit more than Robin Ventura's 18 career Grand Slams. 4 players hit more than Robin Ventura's 18 career Grand Slams.
McCovey Cove.
Yeah, Willie Mack hit more than that, I believe. Lou Gehrig hit more than that, I believe.
Manny Ramirez.
Good guess.
Have to wait and see, but throwing out some names.
Barton swings at the first pitch and hits it foul.
I think that the best one for Robin Ventura, the Grand Slam that he hit when the '99 League Championship.
That's right. Yeah.
That he got a single because he hit was essentially a walk-off Grand Slam that he went to first base and stopped, didn't go around the bases.
So I'd have kept going.
So he got a single.
Yeah, it was in New York, right?
Yeah,
against the Diamondbacks, I think. Pops it in.
Chili Davis talking to Cespedes, and you know that it's ongoing, and just for Chili, who knows the pitchers and gets the scouting reports, but just trying to bring Cespedes along as far as these different pitchers that he's facing every day. He's seeing somebody new. Chili speaks a little bit of Spanish.
Yes,
so
he does. Yeah.
Talk to him, which is always beneficial.
Barton hits one high and foul. His count remains 2-2. But Chili's trying to figure out how he can get the guys rolling as well. Aren't we all?
Well, again, was a good hitter as a player and very good hitting coach, and put the guys out there and they have to do the job.
Piazza has it. So that is out number 1. True story brought to you by McDonald's. September 8th of last year. That's Paulie Konerko. It's a grand slam against the Cleveland Indians, tying now manager Robin Ventura with 10 grand slams for the White Sox, and that's a White Sox club record. Paul Konerko in Chicago, he's known by one name, Paulie.
I mean, that's because Hawk calls him Paulie.
Hawk calls him Paulie. So around Chicago, he's Paulie.
And that's good for Hawk, because Hawk's name for most people is Big Guy.
Yeah.
But if he can call him Paulie, then he knows his name.
He knows his first name. Talking about Hawk Harrelson, the long-time TV broadcaster for the White Sox. One of Ray's old teammates, right? Yeah. There he is. Steve Stone sitting next to him.
This is Hawk hiding here. This is Steve Stone. Memorable pitch he gave up to one Dwayne Kuiper in Cleveland for his only home run.
Pop up. Lillibridge fighting it a little bit, and he makes the catch. So, as only my partner can do, who's been known to give people a hard time occasionally, Steve Stone comes in our booth last night. Stoney loves talking baseball. He wants to talk baseball.
The catcher.
And
Number 26.
my partner says, all right, how you doing, Stoney? Oh, wait a minute. Dwayne Kuiper's calling. Which makes Stoney probably want to get sick to his stomach, because he's got to hear about that home run all the time. But, hey.
Cy Young Award right there. That says it all. Good pitcher. Time broadcast with the Cubs. Harry Carey. Harry Carey. So if you're for the both teams, north and south side of Chicago, that's
pretty good. Yeah.
Guys, they talk about guys playing for the Cubs and the White Sox. He's broadcasting.
Pretty good sports city to work in, I would think.
I don't think
better be on top of your game, though.
I don't think they talk about territorial rights in Chicago.
I don't think they do. No, no, it's north side and south side. I don't think there's a line anywhere.
But you're right. It's one or the other.
Oh yeah,
it's one or the other. I know Greg Walker, former hitting coach, of the White Sox. He talked about nice to walk down Michigan Avenue and see White Sox caps instead of just Cub caps. That's in the summertime. It's wintertime they have muffins and hoodies on that are muffins. Keep their ears warm.
Recker strikes out, so Gavin Floyd has faced the minimum through 3.
Thinking of redoing or building a deck this season?
The four players to hit more than Robin Ventura's 18 career Grand Slams. There's the 4. Lou Gehrig has the all-time record with 23. Alex Rodriguez, 22. Ray said Manny Ramirez, he's on there. Eddie Murray is on there with 19. We also thought maybe Willie McCovey. McCovey has 18 as well, tied with Robin Ventura. White Sox, Mets, Yankees, Dodgers. He's a good fielder.
Yeah.
He's a good, solid, all-around player.
And he confirmed when I asked him, I said, didn't you walk in your first Major League at bat? He looked at me and goes, yeah. Because that's remember, and Jeff Torborg said, best at bat you'd see from a hitter his Major League debut. Robin Ventura walked in, of course, the beginning of a great career for the former White Sox player, who, as Jerry Reinsdorf, the owner, said, had a passion for the game, a passion for the city of Chicago.
I think that's important.
Make a great manager. And Kenny Williams, I think, who is in town, said he was interviewing Robin Ventura when he was a player in 93, 94. And I asked Robin about that. He said, I had no clue. But he said he would always ask and talk about different things. And so evidently Kenny Williams, and especially Jerry Reinsdorf, the owner, had in their mind that eventually Robin Ventura was going to be their manager. And from Kenny's standpoint, he was thinking about it in the mid-90s. That's a long time ago.
1-2 to Lillibridge. Should be followed by Rios and then Konerko here in the 4th inning. Inside. Robin Ventura was obviously a terrific college player. Remember, he held the hitting streak record for a long time.
58.
58.
Oklahoma State, exactly.
And that, I believe that just got broken last year. It's a young man down in Florida. But that was a big deal for a long time.
Well, it was ended by Jack McDowell in the College World Series. So I guess it was more than just the regular season.
There's a couple of those Grand Slams.
Look at that swing. That just on that back foot.
Danny Darwin. It's fun to look at the names of the opposition or teammates. So Tim Raines.
Big Hurt.
Well, the Chicago media may miss Ozzie Guillen, but
in time they'll like this guy, because that gets old. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, for that to happen every day, and I think it's working perfectly. Yeah. And look at Don Cooper, longtime pitching coach, that Robin Ventura more or less has just said, especially for Coop, who's been there about 8-9 years, and he knows the pitching staff, and that's great to have somebody like that as a manager, especially a new manager. I don't care if the guy's as good a player as Robin Ventura was, or just as a manager, know that man, a hitting coach, and you bring these guys in and let them do their job. The manager has enough time trying to deal with the media.
Well, the White Sox last went to the postseason in 2008. They lost the division series to the Rays. Remember, they won it all in 2005. So they have gone 3 straight years without postseason. As Rio swings and misses. 4 strikeout from Malone. So they're feeling like, hey, it's time to get back.
Now batting. Number 14.
Picked up a bat.
Konerko.
See, last year 79 and 83. Decent year in 2010, but not good enough for the playoffs. But the Rays knocked him out in 08 in the first round. Swept the Houston Astros in that 2005 World Series.
I think one of the greatest photographs or opportunities when Paul Konerko gave Jerry Reinsdorf the game ball at the celebration parade in downtown Chicago. Talk about a happy man. I'm sure A's managing general partner Lou Wolf would love to have somebody present him a game baseball after the parade. Fisher family and Lou Wolf. Trying to do it, try to put together a team to make that special appearance in October.
One and one to Konerko, who struck out swinging in the first inning. Malone's made some good pitches on Konerko.
When you get the power right-handed hitters, there's enough of them in this lineup. You see for Konerko, the career leaders in home runs, Big Hurt Frank Thomas at the top, future Hall of Famer, first ballot. Harold Baines, 221, first base coach. Of course, Pudge Fisk, Mario Ordonez. There is the quiet one, Harold Baines.
So those were home runs with the White Sox. He had a few in the National League. We're talking about Konerko, so he's got 399.
Harold Baines, when he played for the A's, and of course, great hitter that he was. 22 seasons, big leagues.
Look at the hit total.
Yep. Had his number retired by the White Sox. He came back to coach. They took it out of retirement, put it on his bathroom. Only guy to wear his own number after being retired.
Sogard surrounds it, throws out Konerko, and Malone is rolling. 10 in a row retired by the young left-hander.
A's play the Tigers and get a Swingin' A's fleece blanket presented by the Bay Area News Group. Stay warm at A's night games all season long with this great throwback item. For more information and tickets, go to OaklandAthletics.com/tickets. Might need a fleece tonight.
Yeah. Good looking hats, though, on those two young ladies.
He's got his snow jacket on. He's going to ski Mount Davis.
Yeah. Bottom of the fourth inning. Weak, Sogard, and Reddick. The A's have had one base runner. It was Cespedes, who reached on an error. And he was wiped out in a strike him out, throw him out double play. That was in the second inning. There has not been a hit in the game, and each team has made an error. Corner infielders in. Weeks hit a fly ball to right field his first at bat. Back up behind the A's dugout. So Gavin Floyd, no walks, 2 strikeouts, and this will be pitch number 48 so far. There's a shot right center field, and that's going to get down. Piazza does a nice job getting over there and cutting it off, and Weeks is held to a single.
A great swing by Jamal Weeks and a great thought about going for 2. He was thinking double out of the box, but right, Piazza good job cutting the ball off. But great to see Jamal find the gap. Ball just did not scoot enough. Good angle by Piazza to get to it, and that's when Jamal, as a leadoff hitter, shut it down, but hustled around the bag, because right there he's thinking, I'm going, nope, and then be able to stop. I always remember watching the great Willie Mays do that thing right there, round the bag and go to a slide, stop, get back to first base, but he was always ready, as most good base runners are, to take the extra base if there's any bobble at all in the outfield. That may take an extra couple of steps, just keep running.
So leadoff man aboard for the A's, and here's Sogard. Morel, the third baseman, in on the grass, expecting bunt, and Sogard does bunt, but he rolls it foul.
Well, to have this kind of speed for Jamal Weeks, that's great. He's running hard all the time. Right there, that circle, getting the bag, thinking a double, and that's how much he rounded the bag, thinking about going for 2. Remember, the great Hall of Famer Paul Molitor always said, every time I hit the ball, I think not 90 feet, but 180. He's always thinking 2. And that's what Jamal, as soon as he hit that ball, thinking he was going to at least get the second.
Another bunt attempt. This one nicely done. Rolled right down the first base line. Miss on the tag by Floyd, and then he throws to first, and they get the out there.
Well, Bob Melvin's going to check, and I think he's got confirmation maybe from Sogard. But he avoided the tag on a very good bunt. He avoided the tag by Floyd there, and then the throw back. Is his foot even close to the bag? He missed him there. And then that
his foot, I don't think his foot was on the bag.
It was never on the bag. I don't think it was. If we get a different angle, we can see.
Did he just say, I thought he touched the bag with his glove?
I hope not, because I don't think he did.
I guess I probably shouldn't try to read lips, but it's Sogard who was sliding, so his eyes were right at the bag.
Well, that landed as
Right fielder.
the throw was down near the bag. That's probably what Lane said.
Because his foot was not on the bag.
No, it wasn't. And you're right, as Sogard went into the slide.
But he's right there. His face is right there. It goes as a sacrifice for Weeks is now in scoring position. Swing and a big overhand curve. So Reddick tried to give the A's the lead. He had a fly ball to center field in the first inning. Ramirez is very close to second base. He's playing right behind Weeks. Outfield straight away. A big hole on the left side. Now Reddick hitting them at third spot has just 3 RBIs this year, and that's the main reason right there. He's just 1 for 15 with runners in scoring position. Weeks inches off. There's another pickoff attempt. I think Weeks knows exactly where he's at, and he knows how far he can go.
Well, and you're right. A good base runner can distract a pitcher more than anything. Somewhere Eric Plunk might be watching. Ricky Henderson was his second, and Ricky kept dancing. Plunk could never throw the ball. Just kept dancing, and just was afraid that if he didn't do that, what Floyd did, Ricky was going to take off the third. He usually did, because Ricky could steal third better than anybody. Watch it. Just trying to figure it out. Look at that. And now Beckham's going to come in and say, what are you doing? He's not going anywhere. And if he does, you got no chance to throw him out of anyway.
And the only guy that can hurt you is the hitter.
Exactly. Especially that much attention paid, because if you try to quick pitch and you make the bad pitch to the hitter, he's the one who's going to hurt you. Just that Reddick, with all these attempts to second and fakes, he has to be prepared, and there's a quick pitch. Figured that was going to come. And that's probably what Beckham might have said. Just come to set and go. Don't even look back. Because if you keep looking back, that's when he's going to keep dancing. And believe me, with Morel playing off the bag at third, if Jamiah can get kind of lead in the jump he wants, he could still. That's a tough throw for a catcher to throw to what would be a moving target. Morel going to cover third.
Reddick lays off the high fastball to even the count at 2-2.
Third base coach job here for Mike Gallegos to watch the shortstop Ramirez. Beckham way off the bag at second, so usually the runner can see the second baseman out of the corner of his eye, but he doesn't know what the shortstop's doing. In this case, coming behind the runner, so that's where the third base coach is letting Weeks know. Yeah, he's doing a good job with that.
Good swing there by Reddick.
I think Mr. Flowers behind the plate is hoping he doesn't run and he has to try to throw, because Morel's got to come from third base deep to the bag. You have a tendency sometimes to throw to the fielder and not the bag and make a bad throw.
Bounce right back to Floyd, spins around and makes sure Weeks stays at second, throws Reddick out at first, and that's out number 2. Well, A's fans, log on to CSNCalifornia.com to follow the game with in-game live. Follow the game action, join the social scene, and get up to date with the Athletics. Athletics in-game live only on CSNCalifornia.com, your interactive mobile leader for A's baseball all season long. Check it out. So Weeks still at second. Here's Cespedes. Change up in for a strike. Cespedes hit a ground ball to Morel at third in the second inning, and Morel's throw was high. Cespedes was safe, and it was an error on the third baseman. Inside, 1-1. Looks like Cespedes has settled into the cleanup spot for the Athletics. Big overhand breaking ball. This will be pitch number 60 for Floyd. And even though this is just the 4th hitter in this inning, he's thrown a lot of pitches in this inning. Changeup, outside corner, a strike, 2-2. So you see the changeup, it's 83 miles per hour. So anytime you see that number come up on the screen, you get a pretty good idea that it is the changeup. Fastball inside, and he jams Cespedes, who pops it up into the glove of Morel. So the A's had a couple shots to knock it around. They can't do it. 5th inning coming up.
Where we test your knowledge of our Oakland.
Fun Golf Classic presented by Chevron and Grant Thornton. That group is what Newman Odom's group will look like, all decked out, looking good. It takes place Thursday, May 24th at the Round Hill Country Club in Alamo. Tickets can be purchased for the awards dinner and live auction. Proceeds benefit A's Community Fund. To register or for more information on the A's Community Fund Golf Classic, visit OaklandAthletics.com or call 510-638-4900 extension 2241. The Mooney's group will be dressed.
Of course,
they will.
It's part of the fun of the golf.
May 24th, a good day. Mark it on your calendar. If you haven't called to register to play, do it because it's a fun time. To see what kind of hackers the baseball players are, if they have the similar baseball swings and golf swings.
Baseball players, something about baseball players in golf. Most of them are decent golfers. Some are terrific.
Well, it's golf game. If you're a baseball player, it's a hard game because baseball, you try to swing as hard and as quick as you can. You try that in golf.
Slow down.
You never could do that.
2-2 to Alexi Ramirez. He'll be followed by Viciedo and Flowers here in the top of the 5th inning. There's a base hit to right field. A nice job of hitting by Alexi Ramirez. That's the first hit for the White Sox.
And that's the way you hit if you're a right-handed hitter. And of course, Tommy Malone wants you to roll over on the pitch, which Ramirez did that his last at bat. Hit a ball to Johnny Gomes in left field. Thought he'd hit it harder. This one he did hit hard, and there's no doubt it's a base hit. Solid hit to right field. Good swing. Great approach. Jeff Mantle would be proud. Is proud.
So here's Viciedo, who takes up and away.
Pitch outside, right inside, out swing, stayed inside the ball. Didn't miss.
Big swing by Viciedo. The White Sox have 11 steals as a team this year, and this is game number 17 for them. Now it's 1-2. White Sox made a fair amount of changes in the offseason. We talked last night how they traded Carlos Quentin. Juan Pierre no longer with them. Omar Vizquel. But they also traded their closer, Sergio Santos.
That was big.
Yeah, got a couple of good pitching prospects back. They also lost Mark Burley, of course, to free agency. One hopper to Weeks. He's got it. Flips to Sogard. Double play.
Well, that's the way you turn it. Jamal Weeks charged the ball, a little backhand flip to Sogard perfectly. And then the double play turn. Look at that. Just went right after, got out of the way of the runner. You don't want to interfere with the runner. Sogard got the flip from Jamal Weeks. Jamal stopped. He did not want to run into Ramirez. And plenty of time to Sogard. He got out of the way of the slide of Ramirez and completed what actually was a very, very nice return. Relatively easy double play. Good hands by Jamal Weeks.
3 double plays last night turned by the A's. First one tonight. So 2 outs. Tyler Flowers the hitter. And he rolls one toward the hole. Sogard has it. Flips it across. Side retired. A hit for the White Sox. Erased on the double play. Bottom of the 5th coming up. No score.
Ladies and gentlemen, please bring your attention to the dock.
A's Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Swing away for big league cash only at Cache Creek. Visit CacheCreek.com for details. Good looking stuff there. Hats, jerseys, sweatshirts, t-shirts, just about anything that you want. Green and Gold Athletics. Bottom of the 5th inning. It is a scoreless game. So Malone's been very good. Gavin Floyd's been very good. Each pitcher has allowed just 1 hit. Floyd has a couple of strikeouts.
Floyd is hoping he doesn't get anybody on base so he doesn't have to do what he did with second.
Cost him energy.
Nervous energy too?
Sure. Smith struck out in the second inning. He struck out with Cespedes running. That was the strike him out, throw him out double play.
You see a pitcher, a pretty good fastball, which Floyd has shown tonight. Now, second time through the order, starts mixing in a few more curveballs. He has a good one. Change up there. Just all about good pitchers also able to watch the swings of hitters. They can tell you, hitters can't. Maybe what they're looking for. That last pitch off speed. Smith 2-1, probably looking fastball. Swing and missed a change.
Count even 2-2 to Smith. He'll be followed by Gomes and Barton. The A's lone hit was the week's leadoff single last inning.
There's a change up again.
Popped up left side of the diamond. Third baseman Morel is under it. And he's got it. And that is out number 1. Well, now in its 6th season, the Comcast Sportsnet All-Star Teacher Program recognizes Bay Area teachers that make a difference. Visit csncalifornia.com and vote for the 2012 All-Star Teacher. Check out the finalist bios and video features. The winning teacher receives $20,000 for his or her school. 1 out for Johnny Gomes. A couple of interesting notes on Gavin Floyd, right? Go way back to the 2001 draft. He was the 4th player taken in that draft. So an extremely high draft pick. Ramirez has it, and that's out number 2. But it was not by the White Sox, it was by the Philadelphia Phillies. And then in December of 2006, the Phillies traded Floyd and a player to be named later for Freddie Garcia. So Freddie Garcia goes to Philadelphia. The player to be named later in that was Gio Gonzalez.
Yes.
How about that?
Yeah. Later went back to Philadelphia for Jim Thome. Yeah. And then to Oakland and then to Washington. So for the youngster Gio Gonzalez, he's moved around, but that was a big one. He was a very good. Let's see. PTNL.
Player to be named. Yes, he was. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I had to think about those initials, but that's what he was.
And I think he pitched tonight, Gio Gonzalez. I don't know if he got the win. He's been pitching well for the Nationals, who are playing very well. The Nationals are in San Diego. No score with the Padres in the 6th inning. Interesting night around Major League Baseball, as always. We'll shoot through the scores here in a little bit. 1-2 to Barton. That big overhand curve from Floyd. Barton lays off. White Sox have a club option on Floyd for next year. Which I would think they would keep. His name pops up in trade rumors a lot.
Yeah, but if they lose the big one in early to free agency and they have a chance to keep one of their best starters, they'll probably do it. Because pitching, you care what team you have, pitching is the most important. That's what the A's are trying to build, and we'll see another new one tomorrow.
They signed their left-hander John Danks to a long contract extension over the winter, 5-year deal. Payoff pitch to Barton. And he rips one down the right field line, and that will drop fair. Barton hits the bag at first, digging for second, and he'll make it with a sliding double.
Yeah, Shelly Davis happy with Gary Barton turning on a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. He decided to go hard. Supposed to be away, a little bit inside. Derek Barton, a very good swing on a fastball, down and in. Mislocation, but still a good adjustment by Derek Barton, just reacting on the fastball down and in. So he's at second base, but 2 outs. So Hughes, see how you can get a nice welcome to Oakland with an RBI single.
He is a right-handed hitter. Fouled out to the catcher in the 3rd inning. That one is a bit outside from Floyd. Hughes hit 7 home runs in 96 games last year for the Minnesota Twins. At that time in the big leagues last year, he did face Gavin Floyd, and he hit a home run off him. Check swing, and he did not go.
You see the side shot that Jerry Lane sees. You see the bad head, stays back. That was a strike. Okay, that's why it's so hard for umpires. We slow it down a little bit. Camera, great camera work, but first and third umpires see it real speed.
Situation like this, Ray, where you have Hughes hitting. Obviously, you have first base open. You have a backup catcher in the on-deck circle. Is this a spot where if you were calling pitches, would you say, hey, I'm not going to throw anything hittable here and try to get him to chase?
I think he did exactly what you expect on 2-0 because he's sitting fastball as he swung from a slider that was close, but still, pitchers, no doubt, with a runner in scoring position, change everything. They most times will not give in to it here. This will be the critical pitch here to see what they do. Slider.
And it's ripped left center field. Viciedo got a good jump, and he makes the catch. So a hanging slider. Hughes ripped it, but it's into the glove of Viciedo, and the A's do not score.
Of Athletics magazine featuring Bob Melvin is now available. Get to know the new outfielder Josh Reddick, discover the Suzuki Special Family Recipe, and find out what Brandon McCarthy really thinks of his wonderful teammates. The new issue is available at team stores and online at oaklandathletics.com/magazine.
Well, we can tell you a little bit about Bob Melvin, the manager.
Well, we can tell you about the great teammates of Brandon McCarthy, because you know he's going to speak highly of his teammates. It's not. It's a good guy.
Manager? Come on.
Oh, yeah. There's nobody better than that.
One of the all-time greats. And I'm not even joking. He's like one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
And that look, if it's possible to win 162 games, Bob Melvin, He's that guy. He wants to win every single game, and every manager should, but there's something about Bob Melvin. He has that look. He wants the offense. He wants pitching, and he's getting that from Tommy Milone.
Yes, he is. Out in the Morel ground now. Bob Melvin is a standing manager, but he's sitting down right now. You usually see him,
you know why?
Up on the top step.
You know why?
Why?
Trying to change his luck.
That's true. We saw him slide down to the far end of the dugout in Anaheim.
With the absence of Ken Korak and knee replacement, I hope he's doing well and recovering. He should be back sometime 1st of May. But Vince Catrona has been doing the manager show, and on Sunday they did it at a particular time. There's Vinny to left, Tanadasco right. But Vinny yesterday said, Skip, what about the manager show? He said, what time did we do it yesterday?
That's what time we're going to do it today.
And he said, whatever time it was, and he said, okay, I'll move my clock up so that it's the same time. so, yeah. But I think seeing Bob Melvin sit down, that is unusual for him. And I think basically what we're seeing is the manager talking to his bench coach, Chip Hale, trying to figure out something, a way to take advantage of this another great pitching performance by Tommy Milone tonight. That Gallego, third base coach, saying, when am my arm going to get busy so I can wave home some guys? So it's a work every day to try to figure out a way to score some runs, and Milone has been outstanding. 1 hit so far.
That one looped into center field, and that's going to be hit number 2. Gordon Beckham just kind of reached out on the changeup and was able to drop it into center field. So a 1-out single. That is just the third base runner and the second hit.
Alejandro
Struck Beckham out last at bat. Threw him an 86-mile-an-hour fastball. This one more of a changeup. Same location as the strikeout in the 3rd inning, but into the bat, base hit.
So top of the order in Alejandro Diaz. Slider for a strike. Nothing like a first pitch breaking ball strike. Diaz, a fly ball to center and a fly ball to left.
And leaning.
Runs the fastball just a bit inside. Brent Lillibridge, a right-handed hitter, waiting in the on-deck circle. Beckham not going anywhere, and the pitch is low, 2-1.
The thing at Tommy Milone, of course, he's not facing a lot of lefties in this lineup tonight. He's featuring a changeup occasionally for left-handed Diaz, and you have to keep him honest, because otherwise he is on top of the plate, try to throw a fastball in, can't afford to make a mistake in there. Keep the ball away with a good breaking ball.
Left field, Gomes is there. He's got it. 2 outs. So that'll bring up Lillibridge.
Like they forgot a letter or two in between the DE and the AZA. It's a big space. Why didn't put a hyphen or something in there? Because otherwise,
do that.
That looks strange to you as it did to me.
Yes, it did. That's fair. I think what you could do is maybe make the E a little small. breaks it up a little bit.
Closer to the 8.
Lillibridge, a ground out to short and a fly ball to right field. Hughes has it. He'll go to Weeks. Side retired. A 1-out single. That is Beckham. He is left stranded. Bottom of the 6th coming up. No score.
With my new Australian friends.
To the Coors Light 6th inning. It's time for the Coors Light Freeze Cam. Coors Light Freeze Cam is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. It's the world's most refreshing beer.
Number 26, Anthony Recker.
No score, bottom of the 6th inning here at the O.co Coliseum.
There was an Aussie interviewed on Diamond Vision between innings. Young lady from Perth, Australia. And I think I saw Hughes, Balfour, and Thompson just standing up and watching and listening. She sounded just like them.
Some of the home folk. Recker, Weeks, and Sogard. There's Grant Balfour going over the scouting report. Right now, the two starters in this game do not need any help. They are both dealing. Inside to Recker, who struck out looking in the 3rd inning. Checked swing, fouled right at the plate. The A's 2 hits in the game. Weeks a single in the 4th. Barton a double in the 5th. And the A's are 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position.
2 guys to second base tonight. They had 3 last night. Jake Peavy shut them out for 9 innings. Fortunately, the A's scored in the 8th inning on Sunday in the series finale against Cleveland. Shut out last night. First 5 innings of 2 saves tonight.
Swing and a miss. Nasty slider. Recker strikes out. 3rd strikeout for Gavin Floyd.
Nice pitch starts on the outside part of the plate and then watch it move away off the plate. And Recker is not getting a chance to play a lot, but he was thinking pull with that one and off speed. Well, you try to protect with a couple of strikes, and that's always a good pitch to try to go with the opposite field.
So here's Weeks, 1 for 2. Swing and a miss. The Texas Rangers won tonight at home over the New York Yankees, 2-0. And the winning pitcher was Yu Darvish, and he was very good. Watching some of that game before our game started, Darvish went 8 1/3, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts, gave up 7 hits. He wanted to go the full 9. He got into the 9th. Joe Nathan came in to finish it off. So Darvish now is 3-0 with a 2.42 ERA in his first 4 starts. So he's pitched pretty well.
I think his first 4 pitches in the big leagues were considerably out of the strike zone to Sean Fagans.
It was not a good first inning.
Down 4-5 to nothing early, but there's a great offense came back. The Yankees defeated the Rangers last night in Arlington. Yankees were shut out tonight. That's hard to do at that park.
Yankee Stadium, or Yankees at the ballpark in Arlington. You are right. A's Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Provident Credit Union. Provident Credit Union. Super reward checking is better than free. They pay you. Ian Kinsler hit a home run in that game. You saw the other score on the scoreboard. Boston 11, Minnesota 2.
And Boston's picking it up, and
a little bit.
They might be getting a little hot as the A's approach. Of course, they are having struggles at home. They're playing at the Twins, Target Field.
Back-to-back wins. Boston. Soft line drive into the glove of Brett Morel, and that is a 3-up, 3-down inning. Sogard is retired. 7th inning coming up. Still no score.
Please direct your attention.
September 17th, 2010. That's Manny Ramirez in a White Sox uniform. And that's the last home run he has hit in the big leagues. It was number 555. Remember last year he played in only 14 games.
And I could just hear it right now. You can put it on the board.
Yeah.
Yes. Hawk Harrelson making a call of home runs for the White Sox Southsiders. And it looks good in that A's cap, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's a member of the Athletics, eligible for reinstatement May 30th. So, serving the 50-game suspension. If there's no rainouts of any sort, that will be, the A's will be in Minnesota. It'll be a day game. After Minnesota, the A's will go to Kansas City. Off the end of the bat toward left field. Johnny Gomes with some action tonight. Alex Rios is retired. But that is still a ways away. This for the Athletics is game number 19. So one out here in the top of the 7th, and here comes Paul Konerko.
Tommy Malone threw his parties in the 7th inning with 1 out. That's 8 ground ball outs and now 7 fly ball outs. So a nice mixture and 4 strikeouts. Not ask for a better pitching performance by this left-hander tonight. I'd have to say in this series against the White Sox, pitching has been very, very big. Of course, Big Peavy last night, 3-hitter. Along with just 2 runs that he gave up.
But we rave about his calmness out on the mound. Seems very mature as a pitcher. And I wonder, Ray, just looking at his time in the minor leagues, he pitched a lot of innings in the minor leagues. Pitched over 500 minor league innings.
And that's what you need.
Exactly. And I wonder how much that has to do with how calm and confident he is now that he's reached the big leagues. I got to believe it has something to do with it. Konerko is hit by an inside pitch.
Well, the 0-2, and that's the purpose pitch we talked about, just trying to go inside. Recker moved a little bit farther off the plate. The left elbow of Konerko was touched. You got the padding. So he moved back.
Number 10,
Come on, that didn't hurt Paulie. Come on, Paulie.
Ramirez.
He just had to make sure he showed the umpire that he got hit because he had the elbow pad. Probably didn't feel it. But you're 0-2. You'll take any way you can to get on base. And even the veteran Konerko is not being held at first because he is not a base stealer.
A little bit low to Alexi Ramirez.
In fact, Glendale last spring, a year ago, broadcasting, and Konerko stole a base. And they called timeout to get in the bag. That's how rare it is for him to steal a base, even in spring training.
Martin playing in front of Konerko. In there first. Talking about those innings for Malone. There's also been a steady progression of the amount of innings, which bodes well for him now that he's in a major league rotation on a regular basis. Bounce back to Malone. He spins. He throws right to Sogard, and that's a double play. 1-6-3. Another double play for the A's. They've turned 5 in this series. 7th inning stretch coming up. 0-0 game.
Hi, fans. I'm
Leading off the bottom of the 7th inning for the Athletics, Greg Miller.
Bob Melvin in the Athletics. Locked up in a pitcher's duel with Tommy Malone. Helping himself out here.
Change up off the bat. Ramirez, and nice feed. No doubt a nice feed by Tommy Malone. And he and Sogard had a little discussion, and maybe he was trying to say, waited a little bit too long, but Konerko slow to get to the bag. And I think also Sogard said, I did not have a very good grip returning the ball to Barton, but got the double play and still trying to score some runs or back down at this point. How about a run? I mean,
Don't have to get greedy and ask for more than one.
I don't think we're asking for a lot. Reddick, Cespedes, Smith against Floyd. Down and in, swing and a miss. 92 pitches for Gavin Floyd. Make it 93. Reddick, a fly ball to center field and a grounder back to the pitcher. Pitch Reddick takes though. The Mariners won tonight 7-4 in Detroit, so the Mariners snap a 4-game losing streak. They're now 8-10. Jason Vargas picked up his 3rd win. Beat Max Scherzer. Liner right into the glove of Morel, and that's out number 1.
Fans, when you're away from the Bay Area and can't watch the A's on Comcast Sportsnet, you can take your team with you with MLB.tv. Subscribe today to see every A's out-of-market game live online in HD quality. Features include choice on home and away broadcast, multi-game viewing with the Mosaic View, and the ability to pause and rewind live games. Visit OaklandAthletics.com to order MLB.tv baseball everywhere. It is everywhere.
One out for Cespedes. First pitch, a fastball outside.
Might see Floyd stay away from the powerful A's hitter right now, and of course because Cespedes has power to all fields. Pitch him away, take him out away.
1-0 breaking ball, and Cespedes swings and misses. 1-1 count. The Rays beat the Angels 5-0, so the struggles continue for the Angels. They're now 6-11. Get shut out by David Price. Price went the distance. Urban Santana is now 0-4. He gave up 4 solo home runs. So Santana has not been pitching well in the early going. 1-2 pitch. Fastball is high. Kansas City Royals lost again. Cleveland 4, Royals 3. That is 12 in a row.
Wow. Hey. I feel bad for him, man. That's too good of a club for that.
Cespedes swings at a pitch in the dirt. So that is strikeout number 4.
Hard slider, and Cespedes a little bit too anxious, opening up, and this support is maybe something Chili Davis talking to him about. Start thinking more to the opposite field, staying on the ball instead of opening up. And the best way for a hitter to get out a little bit of a tough time swinging the bat is just think middle of the field and opposite field. He's strong enough, he can react on pitches inside.
2-0 now to Seth Smith, so ahead in the count. Smith a strikeout and a pop out to third. A breaking ball on 2-0, so give Floyd credit there.
Fans begging for any way to get on base. Hit a hitter, walk, or hit batter.
And when the fans start cheering for a HBP, hit by pitch, you know the offense is struggling.
Guys are saying, put me in, coach. An off-speed pitch. So 2-0-3-1.
They are ready. Give them that. Five pitches now for Floyd. Payoff pitch to Smith. A breaking ball on 3-2. Smith takes it, and the A's have a 2-out base run.
That's kind of the pattern for Gavin Floyd, and a good one, especially with his ability to throw the off-speed pitch over the fastball counts. And not surprising, because he probably thinks right now that Seth Smith a chance to hit a home run. If he throws a fastball, it might be quickly 1-0. So worst case, the walk, and Don Cooper, pitching coach, on the phone.
They're going to start moving out in that White Sox bullpen.
He's going to talk. He wants somebody up quickly, and asked Don Cooper about Philip Humber Saturday. I said, Coop, come on. 3-2 slider, 27th batter in a perfect game. You know what he's thinking?
What?
If you give him in, you give up the no-hitter. You walk him, you got a chance for no-hitter. So of the two, and I thought that because that pitch wasn't even close. Yet Brendan Ryan swung wildly at it. And Ryan should have started running. You can't argue with a home plate umpire if he calls a strike on a check swing. Why stand there and argue?
Not a perfect game.
No.
I mean,
so start running and argue later if you want to. But that helped Brzezinski retrieve the ball. Cooper going out, but he's going to buy some time. So it'll be Johnny Gomes facing Gavin Floyd, but getting the bullpen ready quickly as he wanted Flowers to talk, and then he comes out to buy some more time. As the hard-throwing left-hander Thornton gets ready. But, you know, you watch something like that, and, man, you have the chance for a no-hitter and a perfect game. And Phil Humber, this is it. Look at that slide. That wasn't even close to being a strike. And Brendan Ryan check swing and the throw, and Phil Humber said, I can't believe it. 21st perfect game. Just hope he survived the Mobby on the mound. But what a story for really another pitcher of kind of unknown.
Yep.
You know, comes out of nowhere, pitches a perfect game. The first complete game, like Dallas Braden, was a perfect game.
So here's Gomes, 0 for 2. Down and away to Gomes.
Johnny knows he's probably the last batter that Gavin Floyd's going to face. Barton, the on-deck circle, a left-hander. That's why Thornton is getting ready quickly. Especially the pitch count getting up, 108th coming up.
That one is a strike. Changeup, 83 miles an hour.
And pretty good chance Floyd's not going to give in to him. He knows it's his last, and that's the good hitters will wait, especially in this case, something off speed. Slider.
So 1 and 2 now to Gomes. He's going to have to battle back. Swing and a miss. A fastball on the outside corner. Gomes fires his bat. Side retired, A's strand a runner. We're heading to the 8th. Still no score. Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Golden Gate Fields. Catch the $150,000 San Francisco Mile at Golden Gate Fields this Saturday. This is a pitcher's duel, folks. Malone and Floyd. Now, you saw the pitch count for Gavin Floyd. It was up over 100. Not the case for Malone. He's at 85. So Tommy Malone's got a chance to stay in this game for a while. He breaks the bat of Viciedo, so get some new lumber. Flowers will be next, and then Morel. Just 4 hits in the game, 2 by each team.
Remember, Tommy Malone just 5 innings in his last start against the Angels. Great bullpen help, 4 innings, deserving the win for him in front of his family and friends in Anaheim.
2 pitch, floats outside. The 2 hits for the White Sox, a single by Ramirez in the 5th, a single by Beckham in the 6th. Big hop for Luke Hughes, throws in time, out number 1. Well, tomorrow afternoon it'll be Jared Parker being called up from AAA Sacramento, so he'll make his Oakland A's debut.
Number 17, Tyler Flowers.
The biggest name in the Trevor Cahill trade. Most baseball people feel he has a chance to be a terrific starting pitcher. So we'll see him tomorrow in the green and gold.
Ryan Cook's not a bad part of that trade,
No,
and Tommy
true.
Malone from the Nationals. So, again, Billy Beane, the A's general manager, making some moves in the offseason. But should be fun tomorrow to watch the youngster Parker make his debut for the A's.
Flowers goes around and the pitch is down and in. So it's 0-2. Flowers a strikeout and a ground out to short.
That's kind of a protecting streak. The swing, even though it was just a 1-strike swing, but got in on him. Very good with the fastball.
Pop up, and it should reach the seats, and it will.
Flowers came into the game with aces wide, hitting 1-1-1 with 1 home run and 1 RBI. Lots of
Now 1 for 11 with 1 home run. Strike 3 call right at the knees, and that is strikeout number 5 for Tommy Malone.
Fastball up and away as a waste pitch came back, perfectly thrown. This is where he had the swing for strike 2. This time Flowers could not pull the trigger, and Record popping out from behind home plate to fire the ball around the infield after a perfectly thrown strike on the inside corner. A lot of life there. It's the kind of game you like to catch, man. Just put down the fingers and watch the pitcher perform.
First pitch changeup to Morel, who swings and misses. Fastball just outside, 87 miles an hour. A couple of ground outs for the White Sox third baseman. Gomes coming in, but he'll play it on a high. Morel has the 3rd hit for the White Sox.
Smart play by Johnny Gomes, and you get a little bit aggressive. You think, well, I want to try to make a spectacular play, but Johnny knew 2 outs. Trying to make a great play, and you miss it. You put a runner in scoring position. Keeping it first, and you hope in this case it's going to take a couple of hits to score him, whereas at second, 1 could score him. So Johnny taking the big hop and the ball back in the infield. So little things. Of course, infielders, outfielders just have to think, if the ball's hit to me, what do I do? In this case, take it on the 1 hop.
Here's Beckham, the 9th place hitter. Fastball first strike. Johnny Gomes, decent job in left field.
Absolutely, it's not going to hurt you. Nope.
We said that about Hideki Matsui last year. He played a fair amount out in the outfield, and he was just fine.
He was great. It really, as Josh Willingham said, he could not have played. Willingham said.
Runner goes, pitches way inside. Recker's throw is a good one. They got him. Morel thrown out. Nice throw by Anthony Recker. And that's how the top of the 8th comes to an end. So Recker throws out Morel. Check out this throw, folks.
Well, it was right on the money and a quick tag by Jamal Weeks.
The upper deck? No way!
Here's our game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. The story tonight, the two pitchers. Gavin Floyd, 7 shutout innings, allowing just 2 hits. He is back out there for the 8th. Tommy Milone, 8 shutout innings, 5 strikeouts. Has allowed just 3 hits. So we're locked up in a good one. See who blinks first, I guess. This would be pitch number 111 for Gavin Floyd. There is action out in the bullpen. Matt Thornton, the left-hander who got up in the 7th inning. This could be a batter-to-batter situation. Outside. 0-3-1 for the White Sox. 0-2-1 for the Athletics. 2-0 pitch to Martin. There's a strike in the outside corner. Floyd has walked 1, struck out 5. Breaking ball is low. Martin watches it drop down. 3-1.
Well, even though it might be a batter-to-batter, Gavin Floyd staying with his pitches that's gotten him to this point. 7 solid innings with a good breaking ball and a fastball count. Or a changeup.
Fastball is high, and it's a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
There you got Hughes, a right-hander, Recker, right-hander, switch hitter, lefty coming up, and then Reddick, of course, lefty, following the left-handed hitting Sogard. Mark Parent, the bench coach, putting some good old bubble gum in his mouth, saying, "Skip, what do you think? Let's make a move."
Well, the A's have a couple switch hitters on the bench, Pennington and Crisp. They got a right-handed hitter in Suzuki, a left-handed hitter in Kaihue. So here's Hughes. Morel in on the grass.
And he's sacrificing. Sometimes you see a pitcher throw over to see what the hitter's going to do, and Hughes brought his hands around as if he wanted to hurry up and square around. But you tell the world you got to bunt. It's a smart thing to do. Bottom of the 8th, scoreless game. Trying to get a runner in score position and a chance with a couple of guys. Well, really charging fast.
One attempt is foul behind home plate. So 0-1 is the count.
Bunting is difficult to do, but if you think about letting the ball come to you instead of jabbing at the ball, that's how you accomplish getting a bunt down. It's kind of
like you're catching it.
Exactly. Catching it with the bat.
0-1.
Infield coming in is always a possibility to hit and run.
There's now action in the A's bullpen as Balfour gets up. Just in case the A's can score here in the bottom of the 8th.
Morel charging down the line from third, but trying to guard the line too. So it's guarding the line maybe against no extra base. Wow, that's a perfect pitch to hit. Perfectly pitch. Pitch thrown slider.
So the count 1-2. Swing and a miss. He chased another breaking ball. This one well off the plate. So Hughes strikes out. So an unproductive out for Luke Hughes. You got to do something to get that runner in scoring position.
Well, the hard slider and the ball clearly out of the strike zone.
Your attention,
so
please.
this is Recker's spot, but A's are going to pinch it Kaihue.
Number 25, Kila Kaihue.
So it's going to be lefty on lefty as Matt Thornton jogs in when it's time for change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. It's your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts.
Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Chevrolet, proud to support youth baseball in cities and towns across the country, and by Jack in the Box. Right now at Jack in the Box, you can try the new Chipotle Chicken Club. Make it a combo with fries and a drink.
So yeah, Kaihue was announced, and now he is going to be pinch hit for. It's Kurt Suzuki hitting against the lefty Matt Thornton. 10th appearance already for Matt Thornton, so he's been busy. Very hard thrower, and he's got a strike on the first pitch to Suzuki. So it ends up Suzuki is hitting for Recker. I'm pretty sure that Bob Melvin knew that this was going to happen, and this was probably the matchup that he wanted. There is some success, Kurt Suzuki against Matt Thornton. This was 2007.
Yep.
Wow. That's a walk-off.
That's a walk-off. Number 28. Jack Cust. Jack Hanahan. Nick Swisher. A whole bunch of guys. Matt Thornton last year, of course, closer for Ozzie Guillen early. He had a couple of blown saves against the A's early in the season, or early whenever the A's faced them 3 times. Blown save possibly here, but he does have a runner at first base. So he's trying to keep it going.
White Sox bullpen this year, or at least recently, but good ERA in the low 2s. And remember, they traded their closer. Down the left field line, and that is a fair ball right on the chalk. Here comes Barton. He's digging for third. They're going to wave him home. The ball rolls away from Viciedo, and the A's take a 1-0 lead.
Kurt Suzuki turned on an inside fastball, tomahawked it right down the line. It had to see some chalk. Third base umpire Hunter Wendelstedt right on the line. Casey Chavez pointing it fair, and it's right on the line. Good boy, Casey, fair ball. And Gavin Floyd, who walked Derek Barton to lead off the inning, sitting and watching Kurt Suzuki bring him home. And fortunately, Viciedo had a little tough time picking up the ball in left field, and that, of course, Mike Gallagher was going to send Derek Barton anyway, but that helped as the ball carried back towards the infield, and Barton able to score easily. Kurt Suzuki, and there's one happy Tommy Malone. I don't blame you for smiling. For the performance you've had for 8 innings, you deserve to get a run, if not more.
1-0 to Weeks. There's a strike.
Kurt Suzuki, a great job of really pulling the hands in and right on the line. Watch this ball carrying back. Viciedo, once that happened, Barton was going to score without a throw.
Pitch is high as Thornton took a little off. 2-1 the count. So now Balfour really starts to heat up. Single and a couple of fly balls for Weeks tonight. Broken back ground ball toward Beckham at second. And that will be the second out. Suzuki to third.
Two walks by Gavin Floyd. Smith with 2 outs last inning. A leadoff walk this inning. And it might be his undoing. Tommy Malone, both he and Floyd, pitched very well tonight. Right now, thanks to Kurt Suzuki, Floyd on the trailing end with a big 9th inning to go for the A's.
Well, in that top of the 9th inning, it'll be Beckham, Piazza, and Lillibridge. But remember, White Sox got Adam Dunn on the bench. They also have Brzezinski, Fukudomi. Those are all left-handed hitters.
For Gavin Floyd, look at last inning after the 2-out walk. If he does not get Johnny Gomes, he's out of the game. Stayed in the game with the strikeout of Gomes, comes in to the 8th inning, and why not? Ventura, Cooper trying to give his starter a chance to continue to pitch well, which he was. Barton with a good eye walked it. So there's a big guy, Adam Dunn. Already got a bat in his hand.
Oh, yeah. The 1-2 pitch is outside to Sogard. Sogard is 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt. That was in the 4th inning. extra run. And they're going to get it. Sogard drops one into left field for a base hit. Suzuki trots home to score 2-0. That is a huge run.
That is very big, and especially against a tough lefty. Eric Sogard doing a great job staying on the ball and shooting the ball to left field.
Now batting, right fielder.
So that second run, not Gavin Floyd's, but watch this at bat. Look at this fastball outside and just served it to left field. And the big, really, one of the big plays here is the fact that Jamal Weeks hit him over the right side, advancing Suzuki to third where he could trot home, because no doubt Vicietti is going to play shallow with Sogard.
Sogard takes off, and this will drill to center. Piazza going back. He reaches up to make the catch. The big hit, Kurt Suzuki breaks the 0-0 game. He's got an RBI double. He'll stay in the game and catch. And the A's will take a 2-0 lead into the 9th inning. Ninth inning, and the A's, thanks to that 2 spot in the bottom of the 8th, have a 2-0 lead, and they get a chance to tie up this series at a game apiece when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. It's your oil change, tune-up, and Smog expert. So the closer, Grant Balfour, comes in. He's been good so far, 4 for 4. He's going to face the 9th place hitter, Gordon Beckham. Beckham to lead it off. Piazza in the on-deck circle, and then Lillibridge. Those are the 3 scheduled hitters. Stick around after the game. A's post-game live. On your right. Kurt Suzuki stays in the game as the catcher. Swing and a miss. High fastball right by Beckham, 0-2.
Let's go right up the ladder. Suzuki wanted it downstairs. It was upstairs a little bit, but just a very good fastball.
And that one, another fastball, very close, bit outside.
wanted it. A little bit off the plate. Good call by Mr. Molino.
Another high fastball. This time Beckham gets a piece. So afternoon game tomorrow, 12:35. Going to be on the radio. Jared Parker, his first start as an Athletic, against Chris Sale, the big left-hander for the White Sox. Right back to Balfour, makes a nice play, underhands, and that's out number one. Ball was hit pretty hard, and it had a chance to get into center field if Balfour doesn't make the play.
Oh, that is a great play for a pitcher to field his position. That's great. And especially for someone who throws as hard as Grant Balfour in the follow through.
So there's one out. Here's Diaza. Shows bunt, takes a strike. Diaza 2 for 4 last night, 0 for 3 tonight.
Does he have a heartbeat like Colon? Very calm.
He's got it. That's no sort, says Hunter Wendelstedt.
And good call.
He went that time. It was a breaking ball. Could not hold up. Scheduled hitter Brent Lillibridge, scheduled next hitter, is not in the on-deck circle. Fukudome, you see right behind. That's it. Saw that note about the White Sox struggles. They've been a little better here lately. There was a stretch of about 6 or 7 years where they just were horrible here.
Especially if Mark Burley was pitching.
Yeah, and they had some decent teams. There's Kosuke Fukudome. That almost hit Diaza. So the count is full. If you're the White Sox, you just need a base run.
Well, I'd have to wonder if Diaza gets on, does Adam Dunn pinch hit? Because he's got the bat, and you know the lineup. There's no place other than Lillibridge for him to hit. Rios, Konerko, Ramirez.
Sogard gobbles it up, throws low. Barton digs it out. 6-3 on the putout, 2 outs.
And it looks like Sogard's hurrying a little bit underneath, and Derek Barton doing a very good job by scooping the ball at first a couple of times tonight with Sogard throwing that a little bit farther out in front of him. Malone liked it. So did Anthony Record.
So did we. So here's Kosuke Fukudome, left-handed hitter. And the first pitch, drive right on the outside corner to Fukudome. Up the middle, and that's going to get through for a base hit. So the White Sox still alive as Fukudome comes through.
Yeah, Dunn is going to hit for Rios. That's
how about that?
Well, he's got the one bullet. Robin Ventura does for the big guy to try to hit a home run, and Fukudome gives him that opportunity, and you would not expect Rios to be a one, but Adam Dunn is going to pinch hit, and they are hoping for one thing.
Well, I think, Ray, if you're Robin Ventura and you're in this situation now where you have the tying run at the plate, you can't leave Adam Dunn.
No, that's exactly.
You just can't.
Yep. This was last night off of Bartolo Colon, and just watch out quickly the buggy whip, man. He just got down the right field line, and no doubter. Josh Reddick jumping about 15 rows deep. And maybe that's when he said he hurt his neck. Turn around to watch.
So here is Dunn. He's the tying run. Balfour likes to throw fastballs. Dunn, he likes to hit fastballs.
And try to pitch him away like that. And you have to realize that Dunn has power enough to go anywhere.
At bats per home run among active players. Once every 14.8 at bats for Adam Dunn. A 1-0 pitch, and that one's outside. Fukudomi's going to go to second. Paul Konerko is the on-deck hitter. So late tension here at the Coliseum. Dunn has 4 home runs this year, 14 RBIs. Balfour's ready. 2-0 pitch. Strike outside corner. Fukudomi takes off and goes to third.
Well, they only care about this one guy, and that's why Fukudomi, he could walk to second, walk to third, and he's at third now with third baseman Hughes playing the shortstop position, so nobody even close to the bag. Dunn is the guy.
Dunn takes low.
That's where his ability to be patient. Sure, he is quick, and that's you saw his quick swing from last night. He can afford to stay back and take the type of swing and wait on the curveball.
Big shift is on. 3-1 and ooh. Fastball right out over the plate, and Dunn fouled it back. May not have been where Balfour wanted it, but they got a foul ball out of it. Full count. Outfield playing very deep. He struck him out. Stayed with a fastball, kept it away. Dunn strikes out, and the A's win it 2-0. Terrific pitching. A big hit by Kurt Suzuki in the bottom of the 8th inning. This is how it ended, with a power hitter at the plate.
Almost like a little quick pitch, but perfectly thrown to the outside part of the plate, and Adam Dunn no doubt thinking about pulling it for a home run, and just had to flail at it, reach for it, could not get it, and Tommy Malone, needless to say, very excited and should be. What a performance he had.
So there's your final. The A's even up the series at a game apiece. A's 2 and the White Sox nothing. Tommy Malone gets the win. You've been watching A's baseball here on Comcast Sportsnet, part of the NBC Sports Group. A's post-game live with Jim Cosmore and Greg Cadaret starts right now.